Before we begin, pray allow me to apologize again. It was not our intent to deceive you. As you have already gathered, we are not scholars sent by the students of Baldesion. Nay, we are clones. Copies of people who once existed, given life through elegant technology.
This is rather a lot to take in. If it would not be considered unseemly, might I ask why you and yours were created, and, more specifically, what is it that you now seek to do?
Answering your questions requires that we revisit Allegan history. Pray bear with us.
The Allegan Empire reached its zenith long before our kind came into being. In that glorious age, the Crystal Tower stood tall as the symbol of Allegan pride. Parents took their children there that they might learn how the nigh limitless energy it produced brought prosperity to the whole empire.
That prosperity, however, bred decadence, and the empire began to show signs of stagnation. This decline was made all the more rapid for want of strong leadership. In a matter of generations, the Allegan civilization became a pale shadow of its former self. Its once gleaming cities fell into disrepair, and its frontier lands were given over to the wilderness.
Lamenting the pitiful state of affairs, one technologist made it his mission to restore Alleg to greatness. Amon was his name, and he believed that the ailing empire wanted for but a potent ruler, and none was more potent than its founding father, whom he sought to resurrect.
The founding father? You cannot mean Emperor Zande.
None other. As part of his experiments, Amon created clones of the Emperor's descendants. We are the products of that experiment. Copies of Unei and Doga.
Historical texts mention the reigns of two Allegan emperors named Zande. It was commonly believed that the second was the namesake of the first. After all, such a custom is not uncommon among royalty and commoners alike. To think that the two were in fact one and the same.
Aye. Zande returned from the grave and assumed his throne once more. And true to Amon's prediction, the Emperor restored his realm to the glory it once knew. Would that he could have been satisfied with that.
In his previous life, the Emperor desired to bring the entire world under Allegan dominion, an ambition that ultimately went unfulfilled. Having been granted a second chance, he was determined to succeed. Realizing that he needed more power to wage his war of conquest, Zande turned his sights toward a forbidden source, darkness. In order to learn how to harness this power, he converted the Crystal Tower into a restricted research facility.
Darkness? Again? 7 hells! What is it with megalomaniacal rulers turning to darkness in their lust for power? Well, at least this one won't be bothering us, being thousands of years dead and all.
Would that you were right, Master Garlond. Alas, Emperor Zande is very much alive. Within Circus Tower he still abides, his ambition burning all the more ardently for his empire's collapse. Wielding the power of darkness requires prodigious amounts of energy. Energy that not even the Crystal Tower could produce. In order to augment the shortfall, Dalamud was created and launched into the heavens. On high it hung, gathering the sun's energy and channeling it to the tower below. However, a miscalculation resulted in a surge of energy that escaped into the land. This triggered an earthquake of unprecedented violence, the calamity that ushered in the Fourth Umbral Era. in the blinking of an eye, the mighty Allegan Empire was laid to waste. Yet, even as the Crystal Tower was sinking into the earth, the technologist Amon, now Emperor Xande's closest aide, invoked powerful magics and halted the flow of time. Every soul within the structure, the Emperor included, was placed in a deep slumber. In that state, they were to remain until the time was ripe to awaken.
Eras came and went. After millennia lying dormant, Dalamud was summoned back to the earth. Its descent triggered the seventh umbral calamity, in the wake of which the Crystal Tower re-emerged. At that moment, Emperor Xande awakened. In his lust for power, the Emperor consorted with darkness and was seduced by its corrupting influence. Even though his empire is now little more than a fading memory, he will stop at nothing to see his ambition realized. "'Tis for no other purpose but to put an end to Xande's madness that we exist. This is the mantle we have inherited from our namesakes, the true Unei and Doga. Fearing what might befall the world, the two of them sought to thwart their emperor. They gave unto us their will, that we might carry on their mission, should they fail.
When we came to our senses within the Crystal Tower, we deliberated a course of action, concluding that we alone could not overcome Xande. We struck out to find a worthy ally. It has taken years, but our search is finally over. 'Tis no ordinary person who can cut a path through the labyrinth of the ancients. With you as our champion, warrior of light, we are confident that we can end Xande's dark ambition once and for all.
Well, that'll teach me for speaking too soon. Setting my chagrin aside, I see now why you knew about the students of Baldesian. Among a host of other things, you were observing our investigation the whole time. So, what will we do, old friend? The world's in grave danger, again, and it just so happens you're an expert at saving it.
You have our eternal gratitude. Together, let us see the Allegan Empire's dark past laid to rest.
It has been our mission to recover the long-lost knowledge of the Allegan civilization. But what worth is that knowledge if it means subjecting the realm to peril? Truth be told, it pains me to think that the Tower's secrets may become lost to us. But the greater good must ever come first. Besides, no quantity of ancient relics can compare to our friends Unei and Doga, living, breathing Allegans. And so, I hereby declare a change in Noah's objective. Henceforth, we shall direct all efforts towards sealing off Circus Tower. Its dark secrets must never know the light of day. As you did for us within the Labyrinth of the Ancients, I would have you enter the structure and eliminate hostile elements. Suffice it to say, this includes Emperor Xande himself. Meanwhile, the rest of us shall examine ways to isolate Circus Tower from the outside world. To work then.
Wait, there's something I must know. My right eye is like yours. Does this mean...
You inherited the trait from your father, you said. Know that clones are unable to bear offspring. You've no cause for concern. The Allegan Eye, you call it, but to us it is the Royal Eye, owing to the fact that the trait manifests only in those possessed of royal blood. I cannot well explain why the eye runs in your line, but I am disinclined to think it a coincidence. Though you are doubtless impatient to learn the truth, pray have patience. All will be revealed in due time.